and welcome back to the channel. This is Never Too Old to Rock. I'm your host, Jim. You can call me Jim. If you're new to the channel, welcome. If you're already a subscriber, yes, you know who you are. You're fucking awesome and I love you lots. If you're just clicking onto the channel just to see what it's about, it's reactions to rock and roll, rock, metal, 80s music, throwing the 80s stuff because I enjoyed listening to them. And I still like listening to them. Brings back some good memories for me. If you don't like it, tough. I'm still going to do it anyway, so that's the way it is. So just get used to that fact. I'm also on Patreon. You can, if you want to help out with the channel in any way, please do. If not, I won't hold it against you. And I'm also on Facebook. You can follow me on Facebook. I don't really go on that much, to be quite honest. So, you know. What have I got for you today? Well, I'm feeling a bit nostalgic at this moment in time. This lockdown thing has sort of really got to me. It's made me think of the past. I had a lot of time to think. You know, memories that I forgot about are sort of just creeping up to the surface, and I'm starting to remember things, and you know, things that I had forgotten about. You know, and it's the same with music. Suddenly songs that I loved when I was a kid, and then I sort of went into metal and rock. In the back of my mind, they've stayed at the back of my mind. Recently, it's just been sort of, you know, coming round. I've been finding myself humming and thinking, oh, I remember this, yeah. And that's what I've got for you today. Going back to the, I would say, mid-80s, about 1985, something like that. Can't remember exactly when this song came out. I think it was definitely mid-80s. And it's Peter Gabriel, Sledgehammer. Now, if you haven't heard this, this was a big hit, especially here in this country, in England. It was number one, stayed number one for quite a while. Everyone loved it. Everyone loved the video to it. Because it was, at that time, it was different, you know. I remember sitting at home, Top of the Pops. If you don't know what Top of the Pops was, it was a British show on the BBC where pop bands and things would supposedly perform, but most of them ended up sort of miming. And I'm probably going to get into trouble for this. But most of the presenters in the 70s, and I'm talking about certain people like Jimmy Savile, and if you don't know who he is, he's an absolute fucking creep. And he's now known as a horrific paedophile, and BBC knew this and they covered it up. And it went on for years. But thankfully the show ended in the early 90s. I think it was it the early 90s or was it late 90s? I'm not sure, I can't remember now. I stopped watching it, I don't know, maybe 1989, something like that. I stopped watching it. Because I was going into my rock and metal phase then, and they weren't playing any of that stuff on there. So I stopped watching. But when I did watch, they used to show pop videos, and everyone in my family, as soon as Total Pops came on, everyone was quiet and sat down and watched the show and listened to the music. And I have some good memories of. I haven't got a lot of family left, so when this song came out, they were all here. So, and I just remember some good times. So it's all been sort of coming up from the back of my mind where I forgot about things, and and over this lockdown, I've just found myself remembering things. So I'm going to do a reaction to it. This is Peter Gabriel, Sledgehammer. Let's do this, shall we? That definitely brings back memories. I used to love listening to that. Uh, like I said, I didn't have a particularly great childhood, put it that way. I had, when this song came out, my dad was still an alcoholic. Um, my sister was suffering from a brain tumour. Um, where we were living at the time, it was rough. We were surrounded by people that I can only class as mental. There was one or two down where I lived that, we got on with and, had a laugh, but the rest of them were, it was a case of if you didn't fit in, they made your life hell. And that's what we suffered. Um, but I had two things that really sort of helped me sort of get through that period of my life. Is my music, which I was listening to, and Star Wars. Because when I watched Star Wars, it used to take me away from what was happening in the real world. All the bullying and stuff like that. And it was the same with music. I could forget about everything that was going on outside. And, it was a rough time. Um, especially for my sister, because with radiotherapy and, you know, stuff that was going on, she put a bit of weight on, and they used to bully her, and make fun of her, and most of the time she didn't want to go out, and so we'd sit for hours playing records and stuff like that, and we made our own entertainment, and it's memories like that that songs like this remind me of, and that's why I play them. It's like it's when I look back at, on these old songs, it's like therapy to me. Puts me in that in a good place. And that's why I do the '80s stuff, because it brings back some good memories. And I mean, it's not like it wasn't like today. You know, today people. Well, one, they wouldn't fucking do it to me now. Anyway, let's put it that way. Because I don't take a lot of shit. I did all of that back in them days, and then I started fighting back. Um, and I got quite good at it. Yeah, you win some, you lose some, but most of them, I did alright. You know, it's just, guess I do it because, you know, the memories are still there, even though I locked them away. Sometimes they resurface, and it's just nice to be reminded of some good days. And that's why I do these 80s music stuff. Yeah. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. Hope I haven't rambled on too much. Please leave a like. Please subscribe. Please check out my other videos. If you have any requests, leave them in the comments section. I shall see you all in the next one.